Let's take a look now at our list of 13 points. From what we can tell, all of these 13 points were normal in all of their plumbing and everything else. A couple of them came from the Upper Peninsula, which is interesting. We have more northern deer represented than in the previous categories. 3 were taken with a bow, and we do have one from Illinois. Now, these are all 13 pointers. We'll start here. Man, that big one. I hear you guys looking at that one and saying, oh, is that a big one? But, you know, you have one here, John Menzer from Paw Paw, 13-point with a 21-inch spread, 10.5-inch tine. You got that with a bow. Yep. Man, what a thrill. That's down in Van Buren County. Huge. And he's looking at somebody else and says, boy, he's a really big one. Dan Felposh from Grand Rapids, 13 points with a 21.75-inch spread. Chippewa County up in the UP, third day of the season. Man, those UP bucks, look how dark that is, John.
Yep.
They must rub on pines or something. Swamp?
Yeah. Yeah, he had bark all over in his, around these brow tines.
Still rubbing.
Yep.
Man, that's something else. 13-point with a 22-inch spread. Chris Fedewa got this in Montcalm County. Jeez, that's a heavy rack. Thick. A lot of antler and bone growth there, and that was with a bow on November 13th. Chris Fedewa, you're from Clare. Dave Brooks from Flint got a 13-point with a 22.25-inch spread. Guess where from? Look how dark that antler is. So you guess. It's Delta County up in the Upper Peninsula. Third day of the season with a rifle. The longest tine, 11?
3/4, I believe.
11.25. But heck, who's going to measure? Look at the size of that one. And we're only halfway through this row. That's David Brooks from Flint. This is Rick Durfee Jr. from Prescott, 13-point with a 22.5-inch spread. Ogama County, the second day of the season. Oh, that's neat. Those brow tines are both have a little fork on there. That's an impressive rack. Almost symmetrical if it wasn't 13 points. Ed Prisby III from Elmwood, Illinois, 22.75-inch. You got this in Peoria County?
Peoria County.
Be darned, because we are telecast down there.
Right.
So you sent it down?
Saturdays.
On Saturdays. You got it with a shotgun? Look at that one. Is this typical? You get a lot of those in Illinois?
Not a whole lot.
Okay. Well, we got a lot of them.
This is my first, so.
Hey, way to go. And thanks for coming up here. Ed Prisby III from Elmwood, Illinois. Jerry Fermanis from Dearborn.
Heights. Dearborn Heights.
Dearborn Heights. Well, excuse me, sir. You in the Army?
No, sir.
Oh, okay. Well, you don't have to call me sir then. What do you say?
Huge.
You? Wow. I mean, sweet. I tell you, I don't know what to say about this. Show that off to the camera there, Jerry. This has a 13-point, 24-inch spread, taken with a bow in Oakland County. Whew. Can you believe we still have more to come? I can't believe that. You're going to come to the banquet and tell your story. Everybody wants to know that. We might as well pick a second one out here. Which one is it, Tim Hayes?
It's getting really tough, right?
It is. Well, you're the president of the Michigan Taxidermist Association. You've seen a lot of these deer. Go ahead. Run down there and point to it.
Go for the oddity here with
This one?
this one here from Illinois.
From Illinois? Can you make it to the banquet?
When is it?
Last Saturday in February.
Probably so.
Yeah, we'll send you a ticket. Okay, well, congratulations. Look at these 13 points. If you can believe it, we have many more to go. Statistically, these 14 pointers are something else. They come from, well, the biggest one from Monroe County, Washtenaw. That's if you go by the spread. All over the state. Not, well, there's one from Mackinac County. But it's something else to look at these 14 pointers. I hardly know how I'm going to go about this. It seems a shame to just spend a few seconds on each one. But down here, John, we'll start with Gary Lepley from Carson City. His 14-point here has a 17-inch spread. Now, see, he counted this year these ones that come around the burr. Now, next year, we're not going to count those as points. You're lucky.
I know.
The old rule system, and he also brought his son along here with this buck that came out of the cornfield. Hey, he has stories to tell about deer season that... well, that's where the deer went, down in his cornfield. Don Bratton from Attica, 14-point with an 18.75-inch spread, Lapeer County with a shotgun. Boy, that didn't get all the stuff rubbed off, or it picked up a lot of tree in the cedar swamps in there. In Lapeer County, now we have Egbalian Homayan. Yun.
Homayun.
Okay.
Okay.
That's as close as I can come to
That's
it.
good enough.
Egbalian. What do they call you for short? Eggy?
No, Homayun.
Homayan. Okay.
Okay.
From Clarkston, got this in Oakland County, 14-point with an 18-inch spread. Now, Egbalian, you are a very brave man. Where are you from originally?
I'm from Iran.
From Iran. And he goes in the woods with a gun. Did you wear the sweatshirt that says these colors don't run, or what?
Well, true, I can say that, no.
I mean, the thing is, in this country, we're all friends. I'm glad
That's
to have
right.
you here. I'll tell you what, you're going to get a free ticket to the banquet. Come down. This guy has good stories to tell. Egbalian. Herb Kramer from Corona. 19-inch spread, 14-point, Presque County with a rifle. Yeah, look at that. Interesting. Got some points there off to the side. And as we get into these bigger ones, we're going to find that. Look at this one here, John. That was Herb Kramer from Corona. This is Robert West from Sturgis with a 20.5-inch spread, St. Joseph County with a bow. Wow. Look at this stacked up here with these tines. You know, I'm so lucky I get to touch all these. It makes me feel like I've been a successful hunter. Ken Fedorenko from Livonia, 14-point with a 21-inch spread. This came from Mackinac County. Look at the brow tines, loads of them down in here. Man, that must have been impressive to see walking through the woods. November 20th.
Yes, correct.
Terrific. Your first deer?
No, first big one.
First big one, okay. Now, Ross Meehan and Darrell Fisher from Nashville, Michigan.
Correct.
You doing maneuvers? Were you out on maneuvers when you got this, or what?
Well, we were both on point, and he kind of walked it into my area, and we shot it with a new Ballsberg 835, 3.5-inch double-odd buck.
This one has 22 and a quarter-inch spread, Berry County. These two guys have a tale to tell. Hopefully you'll see them at the banquet, see this rack, and hear the story. They'll be the ones in the...
Camouflage.
Okay. Yes, sir. Gordon Clark from Ann Arbor, 14-point with a 23-inch spread down in Washtenaw County. I think the statistics are going to show this year Washtenaw is still probably on top of the heap. November 6th with a bow.
Yep.
Man. Look at this one, 24.5-inch spread, Monroe County with a shotgun, the 20th of November. Don King from Taylor took this one. Man, that is massive. That's an interesting brow tine there. It almost looks like a webbed foot of a muskrat or a beaver or something. That is really strange. But that is a neat rack. That's the widest one. Tim Hayes, come on in here. We got to pick two 14 points. Egbalian, he's already coming to the banquet. And so is Don King. Oh, I
Gotta go with the double teamer.
got to go with this one? Well, that is fairly symmetrical. It has little tines coming off of there. Well, you guys can come and check your grenades in at the door.
Yes, sir.
We'll
Yes,
have you
sir.
at the banquet, and we'll hear the story how these two guys got that 14-pointer. Now we move on to the 15-pointers. Tell you what, let's do the 15 points and the 16 points together here, at least on the screen. That's an impressive batch of bucks from Kalamazoo, Allegan, Lapeer, Oakland, Gratiot. The two 15-pointers, we have no question here since we just have two in the category. We set up the rule that two of them get the free ticket to the banquet. Here they are. And we have Gary Carmen from Wheeler, whose 15-point has a 20.5-inch spread. Got it with a rifle November 17th from Gratiot County. Look at this. Swing that around there, Gary. Look at the points over here coming off. There's almost four of them that come off of that one tine and two on that one. And, geez, that is a massive, massive rack. It almost looks like it was broken and healed there. Very strange. I hope you get that mounted.
Yep,
That'll get to smell after a while.
it's going to.
Yeah, it really will. Okay, Bill Lacey from Ortonville, 15 points with a 23-inch spread, Oakland County. Buck, he got it with a bow. It's funny, a lot of those Oakland County, as I recall, if I looked at the stats here, I think they were taken with a bow. This has a 7 3/4-inch tine, 23-inch spread. That's Bill Lacey from Ortonville. Man, that's great. Both of you guys got the tickets. Now, Bill Milkey from Shelby Township, 16-point with a 22-inch spread. Man, look at that. You got tines coming off everywhere. Really bumpy rack, but it's heavy one too.
Yep.
A lot of mass to it.
Yeah, that's all I saw when I saw him coming through the woods with that big mass.
Yeah, I guess. Ooh-wee. Way to go there, Bill. You got that in Lapeer County. Chris Van Dyken from Wayland got this 16-point. It has a 20-inch spread from Allegan County, opening day with a shotgun. 16 points. Man alive. You got coming off.
Yeah, they're coming
All
off
over.
all over the place.
Yeah, that's the way a lot of those Allegan County bucks have been over the years. And our widest 16-point is this one. With a 25-inch spread, Kalamazoo County, Braxton Luster from Plainwell got this on November 20th with a shotgun. Man, that has those almost matching brow tines. That's absolutely incredible. Of course, you get an extra width
Yep, on the sticker points.
with that sticker point coming out there. Well, Tim Hayes, come on in here and tell me, we're going to pick one of these 16 points to accompany Braxton to the banquet. Which one is it going to be? This one or this one? Mr. Milky's? Okay, well, you get the free ticket there with a 22-inch spread. Look at that.
Okay.
That's something else. Can't wait to hear your story.
Okay.
Now we have coming up to 17 points. We have 3 17-pointers we could find this deer season here in Michigan with big spreads. Big spreads. They are all southern Michigan bucks. Interesting stories here. We can't really get to them, but take a look at these. I guess I'll get around this side. Frank Voss from Eaton Rapids got this in Eaton County. You waited till the end of the season. November 28th with a shotgun, 3 o'clock in the afternoon, 21 and 3/8-inch spread, 8 and 5/8-inch tines. A lot of little spikes coming off of here. I tell you, that's something else. That's a 17-point. Here we have another woman with a 17-point. 21 and 3/4-inch spread, Linda Luna from Lennon. Got this in Genesee County on November 11th. You're a bow hunter.
November 4th.
Oh, November 4th. Wrong date on here, but you're a bow hunter.
Yes, sir.
Look at that. And this had a tine. It would be interesting to see which way that tine went. Man, like, that's a 17-point buck. Need I ask you if this is the biggest buck you've ever gotten?
Definitely the biggest, yes.
I would guess so. Bow hunter Linda Luna got this one. And this is an interesting story here. You know, we have another lady who got a buck,
Yeah.
but she didn't work nearly as hard as you did. Her kids are holding it up. The Means kids from Jonesville. This is a 17-point with a 22-inch spread, Hillsdale County, taken on the 19th of November. Mom,
It was found. My husband found it on the 19th.
found it on the 19th. To make a long story short, you went and got a tag. We're able to put it on this deer, and it's been cleared through the Wildlife Division, and it's clean.
Yes.
Okay. Well, I don't know how much of a story you can do behind this, but that's a massive 17-point. I would say that we'll give a ticket for each one of them. Is that okay? And don't get scared. This is a ticket to the banquet. We're not giving you a ticket for this, okay? Okay. The 17 points. Look at these. These are massive, and we only have 4 bucks to go. We're going to put them all in one group. These are the last 4 bucks on Big Buck Night. Take a look at the statistics on these. We only got 2 of these in Michigan. One came from Ohio, one came from Canada, ranging from 18, 19, 20, and 23 points. These are incredible bucks. So we start with the little one. We're now down here, John. We got a little bitty 18-point that Jerry Martin from Ruthven, Ontario got. 20-inch spread. Man, did you weigh
heavy,
this?
eh?
Did you weigh it?
No, I didn't actually.
Boy, I tell you, this has got to weigh something. This is one huge rack. These points are all worn down. Really makes you wonder how they get worn like that and knocked off. Maybe in the velvet when they're soft. But that is incredible. You got this in Spence Township on November 6th with the Ontario season. That is awesome. Of course, all of you 4, naturally, would like to have you at the banquet telling these stories. Bruce Johnson from Calhoun.
Calhoun County.
From Calhoun County, you got this on opening day with a shotgun. This is a 19-point with an 18-inch spread. I tell you, this you got to take this around and show people and say, hey, I got it. I'm not lying. Oh, you do?
I have.
Okay. I mean, this is something else. Here we have one from Montpelier, Ohio. Mike Bowling from Montpelier. You got this in Williams County, Ohio, on November 15th. That's not your opening day, is it?
No. That's well into the bow season.
Okay, so you got this, with a bow. I have never seen anything like this where they come off on a whitetail rack where they're almost pairs. Well, I mean, how else are you going to organize it and grow them? Look at these. These are pairs of tines all over the place. Well, that one side has the pairs. This side looks fairly standard. Man, that's a big one. You ever seen anything close to this in Ohio?
No.
Oh. Whew. Mike Bowling, that's exciting. We're glad to see this. That's what an Ohio buck looks like. Of course, they have to come tromping in here, take the second to the biggest. Isn't that something? But fortunately, we have Herb Millers, who saved Michigan with a 23-point. You got this in Jackson County Once again, Jackson comes out with a 10-inch tine, 22 and 5/8-inch spread, November 8th with a bow. So the biggest bucks here seem to have been taken with bows. You have to go study these statistics, but look at that, John. That has 23 antler points. Whew. You'll never see anything like this again.
I don't know. I got another one sitting to home.
What do you mean?
My dad got it back in '66, so I had to get something to compare with that.
How big was this?
23, 256 pounds.
Really?
Yeah. It's,
You ever have friends come and hunt with you?
yeah, I
Do you?
usually set them in a spot, and they don't stay there long enough to get it.
What's your favorite meal?
Crow, if I don't get him.
Crow? Get this man some crow, put it on my tab. That sounds great. Well, I tell you, folks, this is you four. I hope you all come to the banquet so people can hear your stories. In fact, funny thing, we're going to have crow at the banquet. Did I tell you that?
All right.
Just for you.
I better be there then.
What an incredible array of bucks. This is our big buck night, 1993. I've never seen anything like it at all. Folks, what do you think? Round of applause for these guys, for everybody who's been here. Thanks a lot, and stay tuned. We have some talking to do.